Okay, so this is episode 10, Life in the English Countryside.
We have 2 dogs.
Yes.
We also have 5 alpacas.
I don't like them.
Okay. Do you know I don't like your accent?
So when I just have time to walk to the fridge, open the bottle of wine, sit down, turn on the TV, and that's it.
And then you eat cheese from a packet.
yeah.
So vegetarian has left
any
the chat.
vegetarians have left. You want to look like a glazed donut when you go outside.
Well, if you just smear whale blubber on your face and jump on a horse, you'll be fine.
So welcome back to Everyone Loves My Mother with me, Alice.
And your mother, me.
Every time you do that, you interrupt me. We've
I
done
don't
it.
mean to. I know, but I just feel that someone might be listening to it for the first time.
I know, but you're meant to wait till I introduce you.
Okay, I'll wait.
But it's
Give me
okay.
a signal. Give me like a signal.
We're only on episode 10, so maybe we can get it right for 11 and 12.
I doubt that very, very much.
But so sorry. It is about, really, my mother, Serena Fresson. You can introduce yourself now.
I'm Serena Fresson, and I'm her mother.
And you love this podcast.
I wish I didn't love it as much as I do, but I really do love it.
You do. You do.
It gives me great joy because people are just so nice to me.
No,
you
do.
should see my DMs. They're so full of people saying I make their we make their day. It's just amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I do get some too.
Do you?
Yeah.
What do they say?
I would be too embarrassed
You're too
to
busy.
say.
Take up the whole podcast if we had to talk about that.
I'm so pleased it brings you joy, Mum.
It does.
In the
It really
later
does.
years of your life, you're enjoying. And
There's another word for later years.
old.
Final years.
Yeah, like
Old.
like sunset or something.
The twilight years.
That's it.
No,
Twilight.
but listen, if I had people loving me, actually, at 65, like they love you, I suppose maybe I would have a spring in my step.
Yeah, you would. You'd have a decal on your car, you'd have a spring in the step, you'd get a facelift, you'd have a hairpiece, all the things.
Okay, the producer's doing this again. Like we're
So
going to keep
what's
on rolling.
today's episode about?
Today's episode is about life in the English countryside.
Because we live there.
We both live there.
Different parts.
Different parts, but we were both Londoners.
A little bit reticent, I would say, both of us probably, to move out of London because we didn't know it.
We didn't know. I mean, you really loved London because you
I
actually
did.
had lived there. You'd brought children up there.
Yeah.
I mean, you were how old when you moved? 40,
37.
37. So quite old. No, not the age, but as in I was 24.
Yeah, 37.
So you had a really long time of meeting girlfriends in London, of going to playgroups
It's a
in
very
London.
different way of life.
That's what's interesting is that I never thought I would live in the countryside. I was such a Londoner. I have to admit, when I was at school, I slightly didn't look down on people who lived in the countryside, but I
Didn't get it.
Didn't get it. I just didn't get it. But actually,
We love it.
we love it.
And it's a great balance. And it's great. We can go to London, but we live in the country.
And it must be really great for people who really love outdoorsy things.
I wouldn't know, nor would you.
No, but we don't know.
No,
but I'm
but
saying,
of
like,
course it
if
is.
we like it, we can't recommend it more.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, and my friends who ride, they love it.
friends who walk.
Walk.
I mean, exercise, I suppose you can do in London.
Most people walk.
That is an interesting point that Alice and I would like to touch on, wouldn't we, Alice?
Yeah, if that's allowed by the producer, yeah.
Well, what you should be talking about is what you're wearing.
Before we go into walking, let's talk about what we're wearing.
You start today.
Okay, mine will be very quick. I am wearing a floral silk Alessandra Rich dress.
Love that
I actually
dress.
just borrowed it for a wedding. And I borrowed it for a photo shoot. And I'm wearing my beloved brown suede Manolo Blahniks and nothing else as ever. So
Okay,
quick,
do you
but
want me to-
I'm accessorizing with a chocolate brown poodle.
But she'd look better on me.
No, you wouldn't see her.
Anyway, so today I'm wearing a white shirt. It's a sort of tuxedo shirt, PK front.
I feel like you've worn that before.
I don't think I have.
Okay.
I've worn one with a collar with nothing underneath. This is
Sorry.
from COS.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cotton. Unsurprisingly, I've got 2 of them. And I'm wearing a pair of trousers from Zara, pinstripe with a little turn up on them. Shoes are from Alexandra Berman, which I have worn several times. My friend Rachel gave them to me. Bracelet from M&M, and that's it. How quick was that? Oh, vintage necklace from Felt
Are
in
you
Chelsea
sure that's
Green.
vintage? I feel like I gave you that from like Zara.
It is not from Zara. It
Okay.
is from Felt in Chelsea Green, a
Well,
favourite store of
I
mine.
hate to say it, but I think they bought it from Zara.
Neither of you have showed your shoes.
I'm not taking mine off
I'm not
today.
taking one off. We're in too much of a rush. We've been told we're only allowed 38 minutes.
Yeah,
so
so
there's
we're
no
moving
rush.
on from the shoes. You've seen the shoes before. So we... Look, she's so athletic. we were
Yes.
both Londoners.
Well, yeah, sort of. Yes, we were. No, we were.
Yeah, I mean, Mum, if you moved to London at 13, I think.
Yeah, no, we were both Londoners living in Chelsea.
And so you moved to the country age 37 with
Yeah.
3 young children.
Well, my husband tricked me
He did trick you.
because we looked at lots of houses. I mean, for years we looked at houses in the country, all over the country. And then one day this house became available very, very quietly off the market. And it was just outside Henley, for those of you who know where Henley. Now, Henley,
It's basically in London.
Is it officially called Henley upon Thames?
yes, Henley upon Thames. And I just thought, we'd looked at all these beautiful houses in Hampshire and Gloucestershire and Oxfordshire. And this house was the most beautiful house, wasn't it?
Really beautiful. I don't remember it really, but yeah.
The only downside of it, well, sorry, you're going to get to it, was apparently it was haunted.
Yes, apparently.
We'll
it
come
was
to that.
haunted. But anyway, I went to this house. I said, oh my goodness, it's how many miles from London? I'm in. I'm completely in. By the wellies, I'm in. So we bought the house very, very quickly and moved. We lived in the Vale in London, in Chelsea. And we moved to this house, and I was literally happy as a clam. Happy as a clam. Had 4 children. Everyone, it was just, 50 acres, but just outside Henley and 40 minutes into London. And then these envelopes kept coming in the old days when you got posts, these A4 envelopes. I thought, what were they anyway? Properties, other properties further away.
So
He just got me out of London.
But you didn't move that much further.
I don't regret it because I made so many friends. My children went to a wonderful school called Farley, but
And that's how we talked about it before, became part of your Mallorca 7.
yeah, well,
You're part of your
yes,
Hampshire,
the Hampshire set.
Hampshire
But
set.
the thing is that that at the time I did struggle and I did cry quite a bit, and I didn't love the house that we
That
bought.
being rude, that's not that ballsy of you. At
What do you mean
24,
not that ballsy
I
of
had
me?
to go and live in Yorkshire.
I think what your daughter's trying to say to you, Serena, is
just
grow
really
some balls.
I'm really
No, but I
surprised
just
by
was
that.
very
You were
happy.
living in Hampshire.
Yeah, I know, but I was so I thought Henley on Thames, this is it. This suits me down to the ground. I thought Hampshire, it was an hour and a half from London.
Yeah, Yorkshire's like 5.5 hours. From
I
London.
know. But
Anyway, it's probably because you'd built a life in London. That's my point.
Yeah.
You'd had a life,
Exactly.
you'd had your children there, so it would have been a different thing.
Alice, do you think it's right to say to your mother, grow a pair?
No.
I think it is in that. I think you shouldn't be crying because you've moved.
I didn't like the house.
45
I didn't like
minutes.
the house, and I didn't like. But anyway, it turned out God has other plans, and it turned out very well. And I made tremendous friends and had a very happy time. And I've
tell
moved
me,
from that house. But
so living in the country compared to the things you used to do in London, what are your kind of rituals living in the country? What are your daily?
it's very different, isn't it? But you.
I'm asking you the question.
Okay, but I just don't like you just to ask me all the questions. I feel I should ask you a question.
Did you answer them all?
What?
You answer the question.
What was the question?
This is,
I know what rituals.
Do not do a podcast with your mother.
She's very bad at both answering and
I'm
asking a
not.
question.
I was just thinking it was too much about me. I was wanting to turn it like a game of tennis. Oh, there's something you could talk about tennis.
That you've never played.
I do play tennis. Well, I don't play tennis, but I
Serena,
have.
it's like you've just walked off the court. You're not even attempting to play.
I am.
Okay,
Listen,
carry on.
So the rituals one has.
Yeah.
Well, there are lots of things that I love about living in the country.
Mm-hmm.
I love a roaring fire. You do.
Yes.
Too.
Not about me. So you like a fire?
I love a roaring fire. I mean, the fact that
Yeah.
you have to have it in June, July, and August is neither here nor there because it's never that warm really in England.
Yeah.
A summer's day in England is pretty much unbeatable.
Yeah.
A winter's day is also unbeatable on the negative side.
Yeah, but the problem is your mental health is quite badly affected.
It is badly
because
affected.
a bad summer, guys.
Pulls you down.
Mum is really. I mean, she will talk about how bad the weather is going to be for the entire of like May through to September. And funny enough, if it's hot, she complains.
I do
about-
not complain.
Last summer you complained.
No, I do. I did not know.
No, you asked me to put aircon in your room here.
Well, and you have, so that's great. I can come here if it's hot.
There, I rest my case.
It gives her something to talk about.
No, I had plenty to talk
No,
about.
she gets really cross. I have had no summer. But so you're saying you like living in the country because there's a fire and you sit outside occasionally. Do you have animals?
Well, I have a dog, a mini dachshund called Dorothy, and there are some other dogs at home.
A mini Dachshund.
Yeah,
It's not that small.
She's got a bit bigger, actually.
know.
She's quite heavy to pick up. Anyway, but my husband has this absolute passion for animals. I mean, I love animals, but like if I was to do that with a spider, I'd be in. If I wanted to just kill a little animal, I'd be in big trouble.
So growing up,
I mean,
I remember.
I have to hide. Do you know what I mean? You know what fly spray is? Raid or something.
I'm guessing it's a spray that kills flies.
Yeah, like Raid. It's called Raid.
Yeah.
I have to use it secretly.
Yeah.
Because he
Well,
just
he
doesn't want-
like flies being killed.
Well, not with that chemical, and he'd never ever a wasp or a bee. Obviously, never a bee.
But
in case it was a
I do
wasp.
remember when we were younger, we had a goose living in the house.
No, we didn't live in the house. It was just allowed in the house.
Okay,
so
but-
someone would come for a cup of coffee in the morning, and the goose might be in the front hall
Was it
wandering
called
around.
Henry?
Yes,
It was terrifying.
I really. It loved Michael. I mean, I would get out of the car. I'd maybe have had a pedicure pre-gel days, and it would peck at my toes.
Hard.
And when Michael left the house, it would fly behind the car. It loved him.
Didn't
Knew
you
I hated it.
also have a lot of chicks? I remember my
Oh.
sister having a bath with chicks all the
Oh,
time.
we had chicks and ducklings, and he'd bring them into their baths.
Chicks in the bath.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
It was sweet. I mean, it was idyllic to grow up like that.
It was. You'd find Michael would empty drawers in the kitchen and put the chicks in there.
didn't you put a live goose in the Aga, as in not to cook it, but to keep it warm?
Yes, anything's possible. I would come down. I remember once we found some terrible animal. No, rephrase that. Some animal had been hurt. It was like an owl or something.
Not a terrible animal.
I know, no. But I didn't want to have it in the house for a long time.
No.
So I rang up the owl sanctuary, and got it driven there so bloody quickly you couldn't say cock-a-doodle-doo because I did not.
or twit-twoo.
Or twit-twoo. We had a parrot that used to fly around the kitchen.
Parrot
and
was a
then,
nightmare.
And the parrot was called
I don't know, but you didn't understand. I was rising working, and he would just like talk at me as I would
and pick off
revise.
the keys of the keyboard of the laptop. It was a nightmare.
I remember, Alice, you were terrified of the goose. One of the first times I ever came to stay with you when we were dating, you screamed to get from your car through the front door was like sort of running the gauntlet, and you would scream and be chased by the goose.
Yeah, I'm quite scared of animals. The memory that I had that scared me the most was we'd moved from London to the countryside, and a bat flew into your bedroom. Do you remember?
And Michael wasn't there.
And we didn't
And
know
I
what
had to use
do.
a shoebox to get it. And then I sort of,
I have a problem with bats. Well, we have
don't like them.
we have 2 dogs.
Yes.
We also have 5 alpacas.
I don't like them.
Okay.
I really don't like
Do you know
them.
I don't like your accent?
No, but you
why
do
you
like
like-
Dorothy. Don't say you don't like Dorothy.
I love the joy she brings.
Thank you. And you love Dorothy.
I don't think she's a particularly warm or loving dog.
She is. She's the light of my
Okay, well,
life.
we're going to do a
Serena,
dog.
why are you being anti our alpacas?
Because I'll tell you for why. Anyone that would like to go back and watch any of those videos when I had to handle them at a shoot about a year
But that's
ago.
because they're not meant to be
spit.
handled.
Well, but
They don't
why
spit.
have them?
They bring so much joy.
To who?
With all
Me?
due respect,
The gardener.
Serena, with all due
Me.
respect, Serena,
Yes.
you mishandled them, and that's why they
I
spat in your
didn't.
face.
I
They
could,
did.
Do you know what? Replay that to these people, anyone watching this. They
You
were
handled
kicking.
them. You handled them in a disrespectful way.
didn't.
And they lashed out.
They-
I mean, they didn't. They,
They
spat
did lash
at
out.
you
They spat at me
because you
It was-
weren't respecting them and being nice.
I don't like them. So anyway, so you got
Okay,
some
well,
alpacas.
I love my 5 alpacas. We feed
What are-
them
what are
nearly
they-
every morning on the way to school.
What are they called?
Kurt, Goldie, Dolly, Sydney, and Elvis. I don't like the Elvis one, but Billy chose the name. And you know,
And you know, just for interest's sake, you always call them your girls, my girls. Oh, they're so lovely, very, very sweet. Just to remind you, because I got them for you for our anniversary, they are all 100% male.
I know, but I feel so aligned with you and then completely misaligned because I see them.
I know what you mean.
I see them 6 times a day and they still bring me joy.
Really?
But it's like you could look at a field with a fat
Did
cow
you-
in it, or you could look at 5 sweet alpacas.
Yeah,
Will
Well,
you
I-
explain what my mother's view on?
So my mother-in-law, who I adore, did say to me, I don't understand why you have alpacas. You cannot eat them and you cannot ride them.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't
So
be the
what's
reason.
the point of them?
So what is the point of them? And so I kind of, that did, you know, give me a little bit more of a reason to have them. But I think, anyway, my 7-year-old son actually particularly, he loves getting into the paddocks. He throws their food at them. They're just visually lovely. They've got to live somewhere. We actually have belted Galloway cows on the right of our paddocks, and my kids call them the Oreo cows. And I'd actually almost love more animals, but I
Really?
think a real
Well,
failure
that's good to know.
of
That
mine.
is good to know.
No, I would love more animals. I think a failure of mine is being as busy as I am. I haven't really embraced the kind of bucolic country life.
That I would agree with that. I would completely agree.
And
with
you really haven't.
that. I have.
Mum, tell me one outdoorsy country thing you do.
Gardening. She's great at gardening.
I'm not great at
hasn't.
gardening,
When
but
have
I do. I think I've embraced it. I've embraced it more than you have.
But Mum, that's because you, without being rude, you didn't have a job.
True.
It's a
But I
different.
am
You
more-
were a wife, and I mean that in
Yes,
the nicest
I know,
way. You
and
were there.
But I'm
you were-
someone, I make, okay, here we go, here's something. Wild garlic season.
great.
I'm out there, I'm picking it, I'm going in the kitchen. What's so funny, Tom?
No, that's great.
That I love that. I've seen them, they're starting to come up. It's been a bit cold, quite wet, it's not, they're a bit late.
I do that
pick
with the
them.
berries that I find.
What, you lie, your pants are on fire.
I
God is
think
gonna-
about it.
You think about it. Okay. I don't think about it. I do it. Then I bring the garlic leaves in, wild garlic, and I wash them because you don't know what could have gone on there. You wash them, and then I make garlic butter, infused garlic oil. Absolutely delicious.
You are amazing.
Well, I'm just saying, this is an article about country life. I'm
But
just
I know you've
now
picked on
telling-
Alice, but with this particular thing, because it's green and it's essentially a vegetable or herb,
No, you'd love it.
obviously Alice can't eat it.
No,
I
you would
don't
love
mind
it.
garlic. I'm actually saying this as a positive, though, is don't be scared by moving to the country and actually
Not moving to the country mentally.
seemingly thinking you're going to live in Wellington boots. Actually, you can enjoy it and love it. There's so much freedom. There's safety. It's very good for your children. The fresh air.
Yeah,
Like, it
I mean,
really-
I would struggle. I definitely would struggle to live in a city now, I think, having lived in the country.
Should we talk about the downsides of living in the country?
Oh, yeah. Should we
I'm
start
not sure you've really talked
alphabetically?
about the upsides yet either.
No, the
upsides,
upsides. We love
yeah.
it. We would prefer
So
to live
far,
in
on the show
space.
notes, Serena, it says lighting the fire, television, and alcohol.
Oh, television. I mean, television is a lifesaver. I mean, it is really the only
television.
way to survive.
Television gets you through.
For the winter, for sure.
Yeah.
And I would like to say that to any television producers out there because it is a lifeline because it's dark at 4:00.
So you just watch TV. That's
Yep.
nice and healthy.
Drinking.
You
Drinking.
just drink watching TV. Yeah, I mean, we are not good people to be.
No, I mean, I'm not sure this. Yeah. Anyway, so I love living in the country. Absolutely love living. I mean, what I don't like about living in the country is, well, one of the things is the house we live in, which is utterly beautiful, has this very, very difficult boiler situation.
Oh yeah, it's always cold.
So it's either on. Anyway, my husband's from Yorkshire, and he, of course, would never turn the heating on until the 1st of November. And he wanders around in a coat, and he sort of heat shames me for being cold.
I don't like that.
I hate that.
Do you-
I
Heat
do.
shamed.
He shames me for saying I'm cold.
What-
Do you use oil heaters?
Yes, I've got them all over the fucking house.
Yeah.
What temperature do you
Well,
like to have
I
in the
mean-
house?
I would be very happy with 21. I'd be even happier with 23.
Well, this is interesting because Tom, my husband,
For the viewers, you think?
who happens to also heat shame me, he got so angry with me walking around saying I was cold that he has all over the house in 3 areas little temperature gauges.
Oh, yeah.
Thermometers.
Yes.
So if it is below the optimum,
And what's the optimum for you?
I'm only allowed to complain if it's under 22.
22 is warm.
22 is warm.
Well,
21 is...
Yes, but when it's 20, I can then say, sorry, mate, it's 20.
Yeah, yeah. No,
And
I
then
know.
we have,
It's-
then he has to go and
it's-
fiddle and put it up. But he also just doesn't even show me how to put it up. Because
No, I don't know how to turn the heating on.
I'd have it kind of 24 if I could.
Yeah. They're probably
But I
delib-
think that's what fires are for, oil heaters. You're right, television is part of our country life. But isn't it sad we can't be those people who are kind of like, we go on a ride in the morning and then we
I'd love
muck
to do
out
that.
our chickens or something. You'd love to do that.
Well, I'd like to get the joy from doing that. but
Serena's got
Mum,
chickens.
no.
I've got
Nothing's stopping
chickens.
you.
I'm busy.
You're busy to go on a ride.
I don't have a horse.
Serena,
I can get you a horse. In fact, what are you doing? Yeah, you're going to Devon and getting a horse. I think the only negative, I really do love the country, and I'm a tiny bit of an unrelaxed person, so living in the city
That's an
kind
understatement,
of
yeah.
makes me a bit more frenetic. But the only thing I think I miss is the
Deliveroo.
Deliveroo. Deliveroo is
100%.
Yeah, that's not really though what I miss, because that would be a bit kind of
Oh,
material.
no, I definitely miss that.
Okay. No, I just actually miss my friends, because having grown up in London, they're all there.
You see, I've got lots of friends
Yeah.
near where I live.
You have lots of friends.
No,
No,
where do
and
you
so
live?
I think that if something bad happens to you actually, and if you're at a low moment, or if there's something you need, a little touch of release, you couldn't ever justify going to London to just go and see them and leave the children.
coffee,
and
yeah.
So I think that that's probably the only negative. Plus, in London, I walk everywhere.
That's when someone cut me off earlier. It was Tom. We walk everywhere in London
Everywhere.
because
We're
we've got somewhere
almost
to go.
athletes.
I mean, fit as a flea.
Fit
Fit
we
as
would
a flea.
be.
I'd be half the size.
I
But
mean, we
in
might
the
even
country,
get leisure gear. I might wear ons.
I have some.
Yeah, you've never worn them.
No, they're brand new, pale blue, brand new in the box. I think you're absolutely right. And in the country, I know this is so unpopular to say, but it's just like you have to be intentionally going on a walk, and you go
You
nowhere.
have to put Wellington boots on.
And that I find that just
Just
on
that changing your outfit, and also talk about what you feel about your
because
skin.
if you're wearing wide, what?
you know, the whole skin thing.
Oh,
as
the
well.
skin. Oh, that's a whole.
You might have talked about this, but said
I
again.
will say
because
it.
it's
But hold on.
interesting.
The thing about putting your Wellington boots on, if you're wearing wide trousers, they don't fit in the boots.
I know, and then they get wet and the water rises up.
It's a problem.
We're
So I
really
did
not
buy
good.
short boots.
We're not going to be kind of sponsored by Holland and Holland. I
No
don't
chance.
think.
No
not
chance.
a chance.
But I did buy short boots that are easier to tuck wide track because I want to go for. If I want to go for, I want to go. I don't want it to be like a whole procedure.
How many walks have you been on this year? But answer truthfully.
Masses, absolutely masses.
No, but answer
No
truthfully.
masses.
Mum,
I couldn't count.
Two.
where do you walk to?
We do the loop.
How many times have you done that?
100. 50.
Okay, don't listen to words.
No,
she
I
said.
do. I do. We do. Michael and I do. And the other thing is skin protection when you're outside.
Yeah, you're
vital.
Very
Like
anti
body
that.
armor or something.
No, you got to not just sunblock, but cover your skin in a sort of like you want to look like a glazed donut when you go outside. I mean, I do the donut bit
Like
very well.
whale blubber
Yeah,
or something.
no, but you want to have a thick layer so that the wind doesn't penetrate your skin.
That's always the reason you say that you don't ride, because you're worried about your skin.
That's the only reason.
Well, if you
It's
just
really-
smear whale blubber on your face and jump on a horse, you'll be fine. Completely fine.
Anyway, this episode really, I mean, this has got some bad legs.
The
to
thing
it.
about this countryside episode is I
Is
really
what?
haven't heard of any reason why you actually enjoy the countryside. Like, apart from TV and alcohol.
It inspired my brand.
That is
Yes,
true.
it
Our
did.
brand.
Yes.
Before you talk about that, what about, I think it is moment or meltdown of the
Oh,
week.
I haven't thought about that
Wow,
yet.
already halfway through.
Moment.
I've got a moment.
Of what?
So Deliveroo,
Come to here.
come to here. Now the choices are
Dunkin' Donuts.
literally
Or Five Guys.
well, Pizza Express. So after the shoot last week, I got a Pizza Express.
No.
That was super exciting.
Will we
It
get one
arrived
tonight?
hot. You can have one tonight, sure. Yeah, so delivery, that was my real moment of the week. I was like,
Wow.
You know, in a minute, Air One from LA are going to be
You can
here.
also get an Uber here.
You can get an Uber here. So again, no friends, but I have an Uber. I have Uber and Deliveroo.
But we were saying another thing about living in the country. Obviously, I love living in the country.
I feel like a negative's coming
but-
Yeah,
again.
No,
somehow I feel a negative's coming too.
But, now that I've got this sort of job, I'm less inclined to cook.
Yeah.
So I don't cook as much as I used to because I used to enjoy cooking throughout.
But you are a great cook.
I used to be a great cook. I don't cook as much as I used to.
So who cooks?
I don't know.
Sounds like Deliveroo do.
No, Deliveroo
No,
don't. But I just don't really eat or eat very simple things. And I really sometimes feel, gosh, I'd love a Lebanese meal. And that's what I do miss about in London. Like when we're in London, I just order, like I was there with Daisy the other day and we had a Farmer JJ or whatever it's called.
Farmer J.
Is it Farmer JJ?
But I think that cooking is
They
a
should
lot.
have thought about JJ. It sounds much cooler.
I-
And it's a Farmer JJ. And it was just the most delicious thing I've ever. And they have like it was like healthy, and then you could have a side. Truffle macaroni. I'm like, I like a Farmer JJ salad.
Mum, it's Farmer J.
JJ.
But I think cooking is a luxury. I really do. How do you have enough time to
I don't.
finish work at 6, do your kids' reading, bathe them, put them to bed, and then cook a Lebanese meal?
You
Like,
don't. I
isn't-
mean, I just have time to walk to the fridge, open the bottle of wine, sit down, turn on the TV, and that's it.
And then you eat cheese from a packet.
yeah, yeah. I'll have some, and if I feel like keeping the weight down, I'll have that. What's it called? The Lader, a slim one.
I cook more on weekends. You're going to be mean.
No, which weekends? The weekends. Which weekends are
Of
they?
late, I've been cooking half with Tom.
Half of what?
Half over the weekend. Like, if we have people to stay, agreed that my repertoire is not huge.
You do great.
Lamb burgers.
You actually do. You're a great cook.
I'm actually-
You don't love it. Like I love it.
I'm not arrogant about most things, but I'm actually a really good cook. I just don't have the time to do it.
No,
I
no,
make
I
the
know.
best
I know.
slow cooked lamb.
best ever.
I make brilliant tuna fish pasta.
Very good chicken
Brilliant.
with oregano and lemon.
I my mother-in-law's chicken recipe, which I'm
Delicious.
doing next weekend. So actually, when we have friends to stay, I share the cooking definitely half because he gets so angry.
What's that cook doing with the white outfit in the kitchen then?
I wish. No, you don't understand. This year we haven't
There's
had
someone
anyone.
with like a white apron, I see. Like a high neck. It says like chef.
It's a ghost, Serena.
Is it, Tom, is that my imagination?
Mum,
Yes.
we've not had a cook all year.
That's not true, Alice.
In this house. Not all year. With all the people to stay, I promise you. Because you've been on like scary bad mode at the moment, I promise.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I can't
Okay,
remember.
I think you need to move back onto the countryside.
Okay,
I thought we
cooking.
were there. Okay, what were we talking about?
I think cooking is part of the
I'm
sorry,
countryside.
sorry.
Yeah.
I bake a lot here.
Yes.
Because I
You
do love
do.
that, and that's a great thing to do in the countryside as well. I think it's very therapeutic, very cathartic.
I agree.
Fun to do with the children.
Yep.
Apparently, they're narcissists like baking. I know. I know. It's
What
a
a-
worry.
what a
You heard
strange
it here-
coincidence.
You heard it here first.
On the subject, kind of the whole country 360 life. Your chickens, do they lay eggs?
Yeah, but I don't eat them.
Okay. And why is that?
Because Michael, my husband, he just feeds them this stuff. Like, we'll have some tuna or something, and he goes and gives it to the chickens, and then I just
A
don't
tuna egg
like
yolk.
it.
I'm actually
I
with
just
you.
don't like it. I just
Fish eggs.
But he loves the chickens. We had one
Wait,
time.
you don't eat your eggs because the chickens eat.
It's like a tuna yolk.
Michael gives them anything, and I just don't like it.
Yeah,
and
a
I just
tuna-
don't
a
like
tuna
it.
egg yolk
So
doesn't-
it
it's not
freaks me. It freaks
appetizing.
me out, and they don't. Oh, this is another thing. Obviously, when a chicken lays an egg in the country, it doesn't come out dated.
I see what you mean. So you don't know how.
You don't know how long, and they could because
And in
Michael
your
lets
house-
them go anywhere, so they could be anywhere. You could find an egg. Now I know you can test it by putting in the thing, and if it floats, it's I don't know which
But if
way.
it's
to
been sitting on it, then it's fresh.
No, Tom, you could go into the garden and find an egg somewhere. You don't know how long it's been there. It's not dated. It's
we
not
don't wanna
like
pick
not
it up.
like when you get it from Burford Brown's.
Okay, well, not that it's a competition, but my mother has chickens.
Yeah, but she has them in a confined area.
Yeah.
Ours allowed anywhere. They're
Oh,
let
I
out.
see.
And
allowed
they're fed
anywhere.
like chicken food.
Well, they're in a grass.
I think it's called kibble.
That's what dogs are fed. Says the country girl.
Alice,
No, no.
what have you been you've been feeding our chickens dog food?
We don't have chickens.
Yet.
Have we talked about?
No, but I was going to talk my chicken story.
Oh, no, okay, do your story.
So we had these chickens, and I don't particularly like them. I mean, the whole thing is that I find it a bit difficult. But we had a cockerel that was very mean to the chickens, to the girl chickens, and you heard it all the time. And so I said to the person that worked for us, "Listen, I'm going to London today. Could you please deal with that cockerel? I've had enough."
Well, like kill it.
I just said to him, "Would you deal with the
I
cockerel?"
think the RSPCA is going to be on us after this episode.
Well, it was mean. The
deal
girls,
with it teach it a lesson, maybe some slightly
Don't talk to it, give it some counselling. No, I
strong
did not
words.
say that. I used some strong words. I said, I could see Michael, the chickens were bleeding. It attacked them, it pecked them. It was really mean. Anyway, so I said, could you deal with the chicken? We came back from London. I went into the house, went into the kitchen. He'd killed it.
Wow.
Wasn't that surprised by that. But he then plucked it, tiny bit more surprised, and he put it in my baking roasting dish in the larder.
There you
ready
go.
for you to
Cook.
That's very.
It was still warm.
They say it tastes good when
I didn't eat it.
you didn't. What
They-
do you do?
I
Give
gave
it back to him.
Apparently, they say it tastes a bit like duck.
I like
Cockerel.
duck.
Yeah.
What?
Well, like a duck. Apparently, cockerel tastes a bit like
But
duck.
it's funny
Anyway,
you say that because have I told you my kill it, cook it, eat it story?
your kill it cookie.
Kill it, cook it, eat it.
No.
No, our
Sounds like a
producer
book.
won't rush me because it involves him. So basically, we
Take
have
your time.
yeah.
Take your time.
Tom's family have a beautiful place in Wales that we go to quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and this was pre-marriage, and there was a TV show called Kill It, Cook It, Eat It, and it was the start of this kind of like,
Yeah,
what
I
you're
know.
meant to be doing, like
Life on the
exactly
land.
exactly
Yeah.
life on the
Like
land,
that,
and
the wild garlic and
yeah,
the
we should be
chicken.
bathing on our own soil and all that.
Bathing in our soil.
I
Yeah, I don't think you quite understood the
I don't
show.
think it. I mean, you haven't understood the show.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that as an example. We should. I watched that. We should be scrubbing our bodies with our own
We
soil.
should be walking barefoot on the earth.
Okay,
That's for sure.
not. Anyway, so Tom takes me to Wales, And pre-marriage, he says, I'd like you to come and shoot some rabbits with me.
It was Valentine's.
Yeah, I hadn't got there yet.
Okay.
Still, that doesn't make it any better.
Well,
Makes
I'm just
it
saying
worse,
it was meant to
actually.
be a romantic gesture.
Yeah, that makes it
That
worse.
makes it worse, Tom.
So
That's
Tom also was
ridiculous.
like, I'd like you to come and shoot some rabbits, of which I was like, I think you've slightly misread me. I'm not like a big rabbit shooter, but I tried and it didn't work. So I remember sitting in the car being like, Jesus, what am I doing with this guy? And he then killed a rabbit. I'll never forget, he came in with it, holding it by its feet. And I was like, what is he doing? And he said, you know the show, Kill It, Cook It, Eat It? We're going to do it. So he then boiled the rabbit.
Oh
Well,
my
hang on.
goodness! I don't believe you
one
did
second.
this, Tom.
I skinned it, I gutted it, because obviously if
Yeah.
you're going to eat it, and then I butchered it and got it ready for cooking, and then I did boil it.
I've said-
and
just
I
all
have
of
to
that.
admit,
It was terrible.
it was utterly disgusting
Yeah,
and
I'm
inedible,
sure it
and it
was.
was a disaster. And I thought you'd think it was a romantic gesture for me to show you how how
With
manly
nature
I was.
you were.
Exactly.
But it
and I
failed.
suppose it's extraordinary to think I really felt the opposite.
Now I know you. I actually think there was a good chance you would have just left.
Yeah. I remember chewing it, and I'm a carnivore, by the way. I love meat. But it was as chewy as kind of chewing gum that had been left for a while. And I was like,
Oh, Alice, I think we're going to lose. No one's listening now. Not even Mum. She's gone. Mummy's
Vegetarians. The vegetarian
Yeah,
has left
any
the chat.
vegetarians have left, and
We
I
ha-
don't like this.
We have some vegetarians who work with us who we love.
What
I'll
else
tell
do
you
you
one thing
enjoy
that
about-
I do that you don't do is I enjoy having people to stay.
Yes.
I actually thought this year I haven't even been to your house once
That's a great
Yes, you
part of-
have.
on a shoot. Haven't been. You haven't
Tom
asked
has.
me, or my children haven't come.
Tom has.
Because he asked himself. I'm just saying we don't come to your house.
You can. You're welcome to come.
Okay, I'm going to come with all four
You
kids.
did come. Nancy and you and Tom, you came.
When?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Last year, Mum. Anyway, I rest my case. So one thing I love about living in the country is I love having friends to stay.
And you
Yes.
do it very well.
And I enjoy thinking about unusual little details that can make their stay.
Like what?
Well, it depends how far I want to go. But obviously putting flowers, ideally from the garden in the rooms, is a lovely touch. I love a monogrammed dressing gown if I'm going all out. You know,
That's
nothing.
not- I mean, every bedroom, every bathroom has got a little. I think it would be called an amenity kit.
Yeah.
And there's everything in there: makeup remover, toothbrush, toothpaste,
Face wipes,
face wipes,
razor.
Nurofen razor.
Do you know why I do that
Alka-Seltzer.
though?
Why?
Because after 14 years of hosting, do you know how annoying it is being asked for
Mm.
those things? So actually, it's a really good tip. Just put it in the room.
Put it in. Just tell them to shut up. Don't bother.
Yeah, just shut up.
You
And
can see
don't
why
come
she's
down.
such a good hostess.
Yeah, she makes them feel so at home.
It's really hard though because I would never leave notes anywhere. I'd never even the Wi-Fi code. I find that a bit, even though actually very nice homes have the Wi-Fi code on display. But one thing that gets me is the hairdryer, because everyone
They steal it.
wants a hairdryer, quite rightly.
Yeah.
How can you do it so they don't ask you for it? Because you're not going to have a hairdryer out.
Put it in the bath.
That's not funny.
Try again, Serena.
I know, do you see my point? Like, part of you wants to have a thing saying hairdryers in the bottom left drawer.
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
well, it's
code.
like you're checking into a hotel.
Exactly. Wi-Fi
In your
code
mini
says-
bar,
But
you could-
then it's like,
You
know.
can tell them how much you charge.
Yeah, then it's like you can't leave those things, so they still always ask you for a hairdryer.
And it's
so
there.
It's that there's always anyone listening who comes to stay. There is always
Yeah.
a hairdryer in one of the drawers. You just got to look through the
Yeah,
drawers.
yeah.
One of the things that
Be
Be
one of the things that my grandparents used to have in their rooms when I used to stay, you'd have a little tray of biscuits and a little bowl of fruit, and then a small bottle of whiskey.
Lovely. Well,
Yeah.
I don't like fruit. I thought, but
Or
you
whiskey.
know, I do love entertaining, and I love.
You're very good at it,
I
and I
love
tell you
laying
something else you
tables.
are.
I do
I
all
thought
my
you
own
were gonna say
flowers.
Yes,
I
you
cut
do.
all the flowers for the table myself.
You
But
do.
that's one of the best things of living in the country, is having friends and new friends and visitors to stay, and not just staying for a weekend. Actually, is I think the thing that's wonderful about it is it's not just one meal. You get to have like the breakfast the next morning and lunch the next day, and you get time to spend with people. So actually, I'm being serious for a second. It's actually a very nice way to get to know people on a deeper level, because it's more than just one meal.
It is.
You know,
I agree.
Weird, like waking up the next morning being slightly hungover with someone and talking, with a group of people. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's,
I would say as I've gotten older, I have implemented a kind of try and leave before Sunday lunch rule. And that, I know Tom looks appalled me saying that, but I'm just going to say it. That makes a huge difference
Yeah, I
to
think
have your Sunday. Because
with your,
I think
and you've got
actually,
young children,
yeah,
and I think I agree. But I will say also, I think you and Tom are really good hosts, not just because you're incredibly generous with everything you do, but you're incredibly relaxed. If someone spills their Bloody Mary on the carpet, you just don't make a song and dance about it. You're just, you really are exceptional. Very few people I know make people feel as at home and, oh, well, that's happened, or something spilt. It just doesn't matter.
well, I think the homes, you've decorated them; they're there to be used, and
Yeah,
I'm
they're
always,
not, you're not precious about it.
yeah, I always think also by rooms. I think price per use. I mean, this
Yeah.
room's probably on like £2 now.
Yeah.
It was
£2.50 maybe, yeah.
maybe £2.50. I love bath oils and guests in next to baths.
Yeah.
Bath oils, but I love a really good selection of that because I think that's a treat. Like I don't have nice bath oils regularly.
Nice soap.
Bath
Nice
oils,
soap. You know me, I don't love soap. Very
I
dirty.
know you don't. I
don't
love
like
soap. I love soap.
Daisy's looking really scared. I like a pumped hand wash.
Oh,
I actually
God,
don't
Alice.
like a soap.
I like soap.
I only like a soap the moment you hear that crinkle,
And the smell.
and that's it. But after
What's
that,
your
when it's
favourite brand?
when it's on that tray, look, she's trying to get brands into it. I like Jo Malone. I like
Floris.
Floris. I love Diptyque. Scented candles in rooms. A letter.
Be careful with that.
A writing tray with paper in, water by the beds, glasses by the beds. When I have a few special people who come to stay who I know they don't like drinking out of the Hilden normal bottle of water. They like a bigger
bottle.
2.5 litre.
Really?
So
Who's
I
that?
hide that. A few people. So I hide that to the left of their bed so they
And
know
my
it's there.
father has a special thing he likes when he comes to.
Your father only likes cold water and he likes non-Malden salt. He likes granulated salt. So
Yeah,
I
so
have to,
he comes
Higher
with his
salt
own
content.
like salt shaker.
and he has his own pillowcases as well.
Really?
Does he?
Yeah, he doesn't like any embroidery on the pillowcase because it might
Michael doesn't either.
mark his face. Oh, I'll have to change it for that. And then I have some people who leave their pajamas here, who leave their wash bags here. We've been through. We're into 1.5 guest books. But no, it is hosting is a joy, but you mustn't do it. One tip I'd give you as I'm older now. You mustn't do it if you tire of it. And I think that's a real.
You must enjoy it.
You really must. And we haven't done it much this year. And I suddenly went, oh, I really want this couple to stay with a new baby. Haven't seen them. And you look forward to it.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you start becoming a bit of a victim of like, it's a weekend, I live in the country, I've always got to have people to stay, you resent it a bit. And that's not a good thing to do.
We have got to question o'clock.
Oh, wow. No, can we stop this o'clock? I'm just going to tell you all, I don't like the word o'clock. If anyone else agrees, please let me know. O'clock is like gimmicky.
Have
We're
we
not-
done Meltdown?
It's 3:30. It's
can't
3
remember what it
o'clock.
was.
So question o'clock.
Look at this pop.
The best. Well, I've actually got a question personally. Are there any faux pas that any guests have done?
No, can I quickly say my best guest moment though?
Yeah.
I came down to breakfast at our home here. My friend Ali Eagle, who will not mind being named, was wearing a fabulous mustard yellow striped dressing gown with red piping. It was oversized. And we'd had kind of quite a big weekend. A lot of her family had stayed. And I just said, I just love that Ali. And she just ripped it off and she gave it to me.
How lovely.
And it was
yeah.
so lovely. And I love that it was hers. And that she was so generous with
Yeah,
it.
she
just
is
was
very
like,
generous.
So
very
you know,
generous.
You've got to have
spirit.
it. You've
No,
got to, I
it's
just
yours.
love that you
It's
love
yours.
it. And I actually then put a monogram of Alice on it to make
So
it.
to be a good guest at your house, all someone has to do is literally just take the
Take their
clothes
clothes
off their
off and give it to
back and give them to you.
Fair enough.
Insane.
It was just no. I think people know that it was just a sweet thing to do, and I like it. Faux pas for guests.
There was a couple who stayed with my parents, and you know how in a hotel you might take the like bath things.
Where they took them.
No, they didn't take that. They took the towels.
No.
Yeah,
I had someone complain
which
about.
had our name on them.
Someone complained.
I had someone complain about the light in the room.
I think complaining is good because then it teaches you to make the room more comfortable.
I
Complain
thought
about
that
the
was
light.
quite bad. Yep. I won't say what
no,
room.
of course you're not. But
Who
have
was
they
it?
been back?
2 instances have happened in this room is all I'll say. They've been back, but no, they complained. And because I feel bad, but this person, if she listens, I'm not angry at all. But one girl did nearly burn the house down and there's a mark over there.
Yeah.
And she fell asleep with the scented candle on. That was quite bad.
And it set that bit of furniture on fire.
I think the faux pas, there's no faux pas. I think it's, I'll tell you one faux pas. The amount of people I have, maybe I shouldn't say this like a release to the amount of people I host, but the amount of people who don't in any way help when they come to stay, I
think
extraordinary.
you have
the amount
to
of people
sing-
who, like their children, you are always tidying up their plates.
And I think you have to sing for your supper. Do you know what I mean?
What you
Betsy.
What's that? What? It's
Oh my-
Craig.
No,
You
no,
don't
she
make
can
a
hear. No,
noise.
no, there's a noise outside. The gardeners are talking.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
No, I think you have to sing for your supper.
There's a
as
wolf at the
guest.
door,
Yeah.
Alice.
But any faux pas, no. No, I think, but I think I recently stayed with someone in the Hamptons, and I basically arrived, and she just said, I mean, we were very, very spoilt because we had kind of a little guest house, and she kind of said, see you at dinner at 8. You know,
You just
it
felt
was
you could do
so
exact-
nice.
yeah.
And you know
No
what I
pressure.
mean? No pressure, and you could just go.
That's not an English. I mean, So it was so nice. But it's not necessarily an English thing, is it? Like a guest house. In an English house, if you stay with someone in the country, usually you are in the
In that
same
house, yeah. Exactly.
Although we are in our guest house right now.
Yeah. Okay,
but yes.
a couple more questions. What is your favourite season in the countryside?
Spring. Spring to summer. Of course it is. Newness, the garden's becoming alive.
Winter.
Oh my God. Winter.
No, you like autumn.
No, but no wonder you have a problem with the weather.
I do. I
Because
don't like the winter.
I choose to live in England in the countryside because I like a roaring fire, the curtains
Dark,
closed, and dark
cold.
evenings.
Yeah, okay.
When it is 7 o'clock and it's sunny outside, you do
Nightmare.
not think nightmare. You do not think, oh, I can go and be cozy. My day's
Doctors are
ended.
downstairs with a van with a white jacket. It's fine, absolutely fine. Next question. Next question.
Best and worst thing about living in the countryside?
I think we've covered that. Best thing is
Booze and TV.
Best thing is that people like us, non-outdoorsy people,
Can survive.
Can love, not
Yeah.
just survive, can love it.
No, we love it.
You'd have to pay me to move to London now. But as I get older, Tom's saying this by the way means it's ending. As I get older, I do think perhaps I'll go to London more.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
think
think that, you know, with age.
that farmer JJ.
Well,
That
you
is
two are the
advantage.
most quintessentially country people I have ever met. Wow.
We are.
You really are.
We are.
Okay, sorry, before you cut me off and paint me in this thing, I do think there is maybe I'm not allowed to say this, but a lot
Yes.
of country hobbies, it is very hard to fit that in with work. If you work from 9 till 6 and you do a school run from 7 till 9.
Yeah, no, when are you
What
meant to do
hours
when
of the
can
day
you do that crocheting? You can't
can you
get it in.
do the other bits?
Yeah.
I genuinely think if I didn't have this life, maybe I would think about chickens or ponies or...
Think of some
No, but that
other
sounds
words.
derogatory. This I love all that,
I
but I
know.
think
No.
there's a
It's true.
time element to
No,
it.
you listen. You
so
have
maybe
no time.
move to the countryside with time on your hands, but if not, look, we're still gleeful, and the fact that Deliveroo delivers Five Guys in Peterborough only is the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mr. Producer's doing this. That means our
So that
time's
means-
up.
So
You
our
have-
next episode.
But you have gotten to episode 10. For
Yeah.
anyone still on this
So
journey,
2 more,
we've only got 2 more,
and they're going to be on America.
They're going to be on our tours around America. Some of the states we've been to, some of the amazing people we've met. Tom would like to tell you about some of the food he's eaten and a lot of alcohol he's drunk. And there will also be a few meltdown moments from Mum that we're going to go into. But for now, if it's not just Palmer listening, subscribe, download, do
Do whatever
again,
you're meant to do. Watch us wherever you can. What
Still
is that?
haven't listened
Apple?
to a podcast. What? Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
and
We love
we'll
you,
see
and we'll see you
love
next week.